I create environments. I really like to create environments and step back. The work isn't about me, it's about the imagination. It's about creating special places where the inner world can intersect with the outer world. I like to think of it as eruptions of poetry or eruptions of the dream world in the third dimension. And so a lot of my early performance work took place in the market. When I started to be bread woman, I put a loaf of bread on my head and walked through Westward Ho and the farmer's market just to see what people would do, just to see what their reaction would be. I love to startle people. I did a performance in a bookstore called On the Egyptian Sleep of Unopened Books, where I slept. I did a performance on the gift table that I used to arrange. That was my job at Hunter's Books in Westwood. I want everything to live beyond me. I mean, maybe that's egotistical, but I want to leave traces. I don't have children. This is my art is what I'm giving. I hope the pharmacy will live somewhere and not get thrown out. I mean, the Great Rush probably, this probably concerns a lot of artists. Like, you have to become famous, otherwise your work is in a thrift store. Yeah. In another world. I think I'm recognized on other planets. I'm sure I have another following in some other dimension, but I don't think on Earth. I mean, maybe my audience is like in diapers right now. You know, dogs and children love my music. I mean, humans do too, but you know, dogs and children specifically, young babies, are very intrigued. So I don't know what to say because it's so much where I am. And it's always been the problem of, what category do I fit in? I mean, I am a woman artist. I'm a Jewish artist, but I never am included in Jewish artist exhibitions because my work is pagan. I mean, or alchemical. I've been included in alchemical exhibitions. I'm trying to think of where I live. I don't know where I live, in Artland. And it saddens me, but I think, well, maybe if my work can outlive me, there'll be a category for me eventually. And I would rather have that because there is a temporary and contemporary. And I'd rather be eternal. And I hope I'm connecting to deeper things without sounding pretentious. I hope I am connecting to deeper things. I don't know. What's the future of anything? I mean, what's the future of the planet? I've been watching the astrology and holy moly, like we all signed up to be here now, but what were we thinking? I mean, I think I overestimated my abilities when I incarnated. I don't know what I was thinking when I signed on. Honestly, I really, because I feel so outside of the art world. Ironically, I'm in shows, but you know how you can be in a show and still feel outside of the art world? I don't really feel like I'm not in the commercial art world. I'm not in the monetary art world. I'm not in that system. I mean, I always have felt, when I went to Europe, I realized you have to get eaten by the beast. And I was never a morsel anyone wanted to eat. Do you know what I mean? I went to Holland in the early 90s, and people told me performance art was dead. And I wasn't from New York, I was from Los Angeles. And it's like, well, who do you know? And I wasn't really part of any system. I hadn't performed like at the kitchen yet. I mean, I've always done alternative spaces, so I wasn't a delicious morsel that any dinosaur wanted to eat. But I did find my way. I mean, I don't know if I'm answering your question, but I found myself I couldn't find the underground. I mean, I couldn't get in anywhere until I found the underground. And when I found the Dutch underground of performance art, it was alive. Well, my goal is just to survive. I just have to survive with my vision intact. If I have done that, I have won. But that's the challenge, just to survive. I mean, now, especially now with the world crumbling, with the old structures crumbling, you know. If I can survive and be happy and do my work, I've won.